da, di, do, re, do. As you probably know, the R sound in Japanese is different than our R sound. It's not ra, ri, ru, re, ro. It's da, di, ru, re, do. It kind of sounds like a D and an L mixed together. So you'll have to practice that because it's not the way it sounds in English. It's different. Da, ri, ru, re, do. So the ra is like this. That's da. So it looks like a number 5 to me. Somehow you can use that to help you memorize. I don't really have anything clever to do on that. There's a picture, somebody drew a picture of Roger Rabbit. This is like his right cheek, and this is like his ear flopping down. And then he has the same cheek on the other side, and this is his other ear. So he's like a big fat cheeks, and he's eating a carrot or something. And this is his other ear flopping down. I can't draw to save my life, so I won't. But da. I would use the number 5 somehow to help you memorize it because it looks almost exactly like a number 5. That's da. Okay. Next we have the, and the is like this. Sometimes you'll see the written with the loops connected. So instead of having the 2, you'll just have one that's like this, which is the same thing as erasing that connecting piece there. Same thing. Just bear in mind. So the way I memorize the is I think of 2 reeds blowing in the wind. So this is one reed in like a swamp or something, and then this is another reed. I'm trying to get the focus in here. They're blowing in the wind. So they're 2 reeds blowing in the wind. All right. The. Next we have ru. Hey guys, I need to make a quick correction real quick. In the video, I show you how to draw ru and ro, but I do it a little bit wrong, so I'm going to go ahead and correct it real quick. So actually, in the video, I draw ru something like this, and ro something like this. When you draw it, you need to make sure that the this part is the longest, furthest to the left. So your loop at the bottom is not going to extend any further than this. Same thing with do. This needs to be the furthest point to the left. So, like that. Not way out here like I drew it in the video. Anyways, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that so you don't draw it wrong and practice it wrong. Thanks. So, do looks almost like a 3. Like this. Let me draw that again. That was kind of bad. Well, that was terrible too, but oh well. So we have do. So do actually looks very similar to ro, as you'll see in a minute. And the way you can memorize do is do has a loop or a loop with, if you pronounce it with the R sound. Japanese might have difficulty with the L, so it would actually sound like loop. Do. So, do has a loop, and I'm going to actually skip ahead to do and show you why they're the same. So, do looks like that. Do has a loop, and do has no loop. Okay? Loop, no loop. Do and do. So that's how I memorize them. The other way you can memorize it is you can think of this. Basically, you ignore the 3 shape here, and you just look at this circle here. You can think of the circle as a ruby or a ruby here. A ruby is sitting on this 3, and on here, the ruby has rolled away. So ruby is here, the ruby rolled away, so there's no ruby. That's another way to memorize it. So now we're gonna go to de. Okay, and de looks like this. De looks very similar to ne. except it doesn't have a little loop. It goes outward, so it bends the other way. There's actually another character that looks like both of these, which is wa, which we'll get to later. Just keep in mind, the reason I'm showing you all these is because maybe you can memorize them as a set to help you remember. Today has a really cool mnemonic that I'll show from Tofugu. It's based on the word retch, which means like when you're like dry heaving and throwing up, that's called retching. There's actually a guy like on the ground. These are like his legs. He's like throwing up on the ground. So Tofugu drew. The Tofugu website has a cool picture of this that I'll show you that helps you memorize today for retch. So I'll post that picture in the annotation or something. So we already covered ro, but just to reiterate, that's a ro. And do you remember why this is a ro? Because there's no doobie, or there's no do doobie. Okay, so that's how you can actually. Let me clarify something. When you draw it, the bottom, this point here needs to be the furthest to the left. So I actually drew it wrong a couple times. I drew this bottom lip out further. This is supposed to be the furthest thing on the left-hand side. So the do and the do shouldn't extend past here. But nobody's going to really complain if you do it, but it's just proper. Okay, next we have another special set. This is like the ya or the y set because there's missing letters. So we have wa and wo. So we're missing we, wu, we. These existed in an older version of Japanese, but they're not used any longer. There's actually there's another way to write these sounds if you need these sounds, but we'll get into that later. So wa is like this. It's very similar to ne, which this is ne, this is wa, and this is ne. So wa. How you can memorize wa? I'll wait till it focuses. Come on. How you can memorize wa is you can think of this as a wasp. So these are the legs of the wasp. This is the body of the wasp, or the thorax, or whatever it's called. This is the giant wing of the wasp. And this would be like, so you see that? So this would be like its head. This would be like a stinger, right here. This is the giant wing of the wasp. These are the legs of the wasp. And here would be the head of the wasp. Wa. Wasp. Okay. Skipping ahead to wo. This is actually pronounced o in Japanese. So if you hear it pronounced o, it's the same thing as wo. So wo, or o, looks like this. Now it's kind of hard to draw unless you think of it as a combination of two characters that you already know. So this part looks exactly like a chi character. See that? It's just missing the bottom part. So that's a chi character. And this is a to. First to. So it's a combination of chi and to. So you can somehow use that to help you memorize it, but I actually memorize it a different way. So here's wo. I memorize it as a guy, as this part right here being like a frozen lake or frozen pond. People will try to walk on frozen lakes and frozen ponds because they think it's cool, but it's really dangerous because you can slip in and you can be trapped under the ice. So I think of this as a guy about to step on a frozen pond or frozen lake. And he's like saying like, whoa. Or somebody else is saying like, whoa, watch out. Don't step on the ice. So that's the way I think of it. So a guy stepping on a frozen ice or pond or something else dangerous like a trap or a pit or something. like a bear trap or something. And somebody's like, "Hey, whoa, don't step in that." Whoa. Okay. The last letter, this is actually the last one, is N. It's just an N sound. And this is special because it's the only one that doesn't have a, it's not paired with a vowel. So N, this is actually the easiest letter in Japanese because it looks exactly like an N. It's just a longer tail at the top here. So it's kind of like an H. So N, it's like that. N. All right. So that's all of the hiragana letters. So I'm going to actually show you a way to memorize them in order. Again, this is kind of vulgar, so you'll have to forgive me. So I'm going to write all the characters out. So a, I, U, E, O, Ka, Ki, Ku, Ke, Ko, Sa, Shi, Su, Se, So, Ta, Chi, Tsu. These are special. Te, To, Na, Ni, Nu, Ne, No. Ha, Hi, Hu, He, Ho. Ma, Mi, Mu, Me, Mo. Ya, You, Yo. Ra, Ri, Ru, Re, Ro. Wa, Wo, and N. So these are all kind of got progressively smaller at the bottom there because you ran out of room. So these are all the letters in order that you'll see them in hiragana charts. So the way that you can memorize this is taking the first letter of each of these sets. So A, K, S, T, N, H, M, Y, R, W, N. So I looked up a mnemonic for this because I would always forget the order that these went in. And the awesome mnemonic that I found is this one. Again, this is pretty vulgar, so forgive me. Always keep sex toys neatly hidden. Maybe your roommate won't notice. AKSTNHMYRWN. Akasata anaha ma ya ra wa n. So that's the order that they go in, and that's how you can memorize them.